Welcome to NPR. I'm your host today, Crowell. Today I'll be discussing the negative effects of social media on democracy. Social media has played an increasingly bigger role in democracy recently. In 2012, social media was used to organize rallies and spread misinformation during the Arab Spring. This aided in the transition of multiple regimes across North Africa and some of the Middle East. Social media was praised for its crucial role in democratic change. Fast forward to 2016. Social media's effect on democracy has turned for the worst. In the 2016 election, concerns over fake news, foreign meddling, and echo chambering arose. Today we are going to discuss each of these and their impact. Fake news is false information. For the context of this podcast, I am referring to fake news specifically on and spread through social media. Fake news can come in multiple forms. It can be found in the form of commercially driven sensational comments, state-sponsored misinformation, blatantly biased news outlets, and satire. A real example of fake news having an impact on democracy can be seen in an Australian news story that released claiming that the first woman in Parliament had refused to lay a wreath on Remembrance Day. After the fake story was spread, she was harassed through social media. Facebook allows the public to report news of suspicion, which is then verified by third-party fact-checkers. Surprisingly, even after the news has been identified as false, Facebook still does not remove the fake news. They just rank it lower on the newsfeed. According to Facebook, the fake news on average still receives 20% of its former traffic. Foreign meddling is states interfering with other states through social media. Obviously, given the recent election, Russia comes to mind. Twitter released that a Russian news outlet with ties to the Russian government, Russia Today, spent $274,000 on ads in the year of the election, much of which was likely used to influence American opinion. An Oxford study found that much of the fake news spread was targeting states that had a significant impact on the Electoral College. Most foreign interference on social media comes in the form of fake news, claims, propaganda, and bots. Bots are programs used to spread hashtags and try to raise popularity. These are commonly found on Twitter. States and private parties can use these to help harmful hashtags, news, and propaganda start trending. Finally, echo chambers. Echo chambers are spaces on social media where the political information shared reflects each other. It's like preaching to the choir. Many users can find themselves in echo chambers by following certain pages and accounts where all the information is of a similar perspective and opinion. Social media users can also be caught in echo chambers through algorithms used by the platforms themselves. Social media platforms often use data based on your search history, likes, and who you're following to surround you with similar information. Echo chambers limit our access to opposing thought or other perspective. This creates a more closed-minded and underinformed public. In Brian Loader and Dan Mercia's 2012 article, Networking Democracy, Social Media Innovations, and Participatory Politics, they say, such concentrations of hyperlinks to a few dominating spaces could be seen to grant a disproportionate authoritative influence over information sources for the user. While social media has had a positive impact on democracy in the past, today we can see that social media is utilized as a tool against the democratic process, especially in the US. The platforms themselves are not democratic or non-democratic, but can and are used for liberal purposes. Facebook's product manager, Sami Chakrabarti, sums it up simply. He says, at its worst, it allows people to spread misinformation and corrode democracy. I'm Eric Kroll. Thank you for listening to NPR.